Game 3 in Houston Saturday night. Both teams met with the media on Thursday. Mike D'Antoni, Steve Kerr, both expecting another highly competitive battle. Let's listen in.
You don't get to be champions because you go to the supermarket and buy and get in the champion lane. I mean, they want it. We got to come out and bust them.
Fire and Fury. Sounds like the title of a Game of Thrones episode.
I can't wait.
Right? They're coming after us. We know that. It's just 2-0. You know, we've done a good job of protecting our home court, and now it's their chance to respond. So we know that we've got to be ready for the force that they're coming with, their home crowd, all that stuff. So it's going to take a great effort to win the game.
You know, as I listened to Steve and I covered him on these teams I'm about to talk about, what this reminds me of more when I was listening to D'Antoni for the purposes of this discussion is those great Bulls teams in the early 90s. I remember covering them when Indiana made their run at them, when the Knicks made their run at them, when Phoenix had a shot at them in the final, when Utah had 2 shots at them in the final. And every conversation you had with their stars and their coaches sounded just like that. They're great. We've got to do this. We've got to do that. And it feels to me like that's what these Rockets are. These Rockets are the team that are just not going to get over the top because they've run into an historically great opponent in Golden State. But I want to say this for them, in particular for Daryl Morey, and I don't think they're going to get it done. I mean, here's Jordan back in those days. And again, I vividly remember all those teams that made these runs at these guys. And as the series would go on, the conversation would be, oh, this is maybe the year. Maybe they have the formula. Maybe they can do it. And no one ever was able to. And I don't believe the Rockets are going to be able to do it here. But I will give them a lot of credit in the following way. I think that the entire rest of the NBA sort of punted on the Warriors' era. They said, you know what, this team can't be beat. We're going to wait it out. We're going to set ourselves up for 2020 or sometime thereafter. And the Rockets and Daryl Morey, God bless them, they said, no what, we're going after these guys. And you know what, last year they darn near did it. And maybe they will win tomorrow night. And maybe they'll make this a great series. But even if they don't, I give them a lot of respect because they went after this historically great team at a time when it felt like most of the rest of the NBA just gave in.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, most of the NBA seemingly has looked at this Warriors roster and said, okay, how can we position ourselves to be ready for when this dynasty is over, that we can maybe be a team that's ascending at the right time. The Rockets have gone all in. Their best opportunity to beat these Warriors, though, was last year. And had Chris Paul not gone down with the injury, I think they probably would have got it done. This year, it's not looking that way. The Warriors in particular, Draymond Green to me has become the centerpiece of the wheel once again. And when he is at the centerpiece of the wheel, and he is the creator, the facilitator, the initiator at the defensive end as far as the little things, the help side defensive rotations, the extra passes, the right read. That allows those 3 scores, those dynamic scores, whether it's Curry, obviously KD's had an unbelievable postseason, or Klay Thompson. It's just too much firepower. And the adjustments made right now by the Warriors, putting Andre Iguodala in the starting lineup allows them to switch, in particular on James Harden, and protect Steph Curry, where Steph doesn't have to guard him.
Real quickly, if the Rockets do win tomorrow night, does it change your feeling at all about that series? You still think Golden State's absolutely going to win it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
The Warriors win.
Latter? Yeah.
The Warriors win. Doesn't change anything in my mind. The
Even
Warriors
if the
are winning the
Rockets
series.
get
The
one.
Warriors are winning the NBA championship.
Okay.
And this figured to be maybe the toughest battle they would get. We'll see.